The proteins that we tend to eat as Americans are dense, and they are monotonous, meaning that there's very little variety of the amino acid building blocks within that protein. The way in which protein digests through the human digestive system is very slow, and so when we get meat proteins and dairy proteins that are highly dense and monotonous amino acids, we have a hard time breaking those down in the small intestine, so the intestinal tract has to move slowly.
What he's talking about here is what I've talked about many, many times, is that the animal proteins take a very long time to digest because the digestive system of the human being is very long. It's a digestive tract that is 15 feet long, whereas in a carnivore like a lion, the digestive tract is very short. And that is by design, by the creator, because the short digestive tract means that the fermenting and decaying flesh and bones and cartilage and skin and meat that the carnivore is eating is going to go through the digestive tract very quickly because it's a short digestive tract and be exited out so it doesn't get a chance to decay and rot within the inside of the animal. Whereas a human being has a very long digestive tract. So if you're going to have something that's going to decay and rot like meat and dairy and cheese and eggs, you don't want that sitting in a long digestive tract. But as you can see, what you're going to see from this study, they're going to show you that these type of proteins stay in the digestive tract a very long time because it's very hard to digest.
And ultimately, we end up with a large amount of undigested foods in the colon, which leads to an intense fermentation demand at the back end of that digestive process.
Exactly, the back end of the digestive process, which is the colon. So when you find colon diseases like Crohn's disease, like diverticulitis, all these digestive diseases, this is because these animal proteins are in this digestive tract for a very long time because it's very hard for the body to digest these animal proteins, so they stay in there a very long time. This is why you have colon cancer. This is why you have colon issues later in the digestive tract.
At the University of Virginia in 2002, a study was done that was evaluating the speed at which food moved through the digestive tract of young, healthy Americans. And so we picked university students, ages 18 to 21, and those students with no history of any chronic disease or disorder were given a standardized caloric intake of about 800 calorie meal. There was meat and there was dairy and there was the carbs. It was the full kind of American diet experience, but heavy on the protein side with all of those young healthy kids. We got to see a transit time from stomach entry to the end of the colon of about 14 hours.
Keep in mind, 14 hours. When I tell clients and people that I coach, and I say, you know, it's going to take you a very long time to digest meat and dairy and eggs. Like this, it could take 12, 14, 20 hours. People look at me like I'm crazy. But this is absolutely true, and they found this in this study in the University of Virginia. They tracked how long it took to get those animal proteins out of the digestive tract, and it took 14 hours. So I'm telling you, when you don't want these foods sitting in your digestive tract for that long, as you're going to see when you eat plant proteins and plant fats, that doesn't happen.
Amazingly, bringing those same students back a week later and giving them a calorically matched plant-based meal where there was no dairy and meat, the transit time was only 90 minutes.
Boom, and there you go. Like I tell people, you eat plant foods and a plant-based diet because it gets through the digestive tract very quickly, so it doesn't have a chance to ferment and rot and decay. That's the way the system is designed. That's why your body was designed with a 15-foot long digestive tract, and a carnivore, like an animal like a lion or a cat, has a very short digestive tract, so that the foods that they eat, carnivores are designed to eat animal flesh and bones and skin and hair and cartilage because it's going to get through the digestive tract very fast. Humans were not designed to eat this way, and you can tell this because of the transient time of how long food stays in the digestive tract and how long it takes you to digest certain foods. It takes you 90 minutes to digest a plant-based meal, same caloric content with plant proteins, plant fats, and plant carbohydrates, very fast. 90 minutes. Fruit will digest in about 30 minutes. So this just goes to show you that you are not designed to eat this type of food from a biological standpoint. So the less you eat of those foods, the less chance you are going to have of digestive issues. The reason why you have digestive issues is you're eating foods that are staying stuck in the digestive tract for 14 to 20 hours when it was never designed to do that. And when you do that, the food is going to rot and decay and ferment and cause digestive issues. Stick to a vegan, plant-based diet and you will never, ever, ever, ever have any digestive issues.